Hey guys, my book is The Kite Runner by Khaled Hosseini. He's an Afghan-American writer that immigrated to San Jose, California when he was a teenager. His 3 novels have spent multiple weeks on the bestseller list. His 2003 novel, The Kite Runner, is the most popular and largely responsible for his most recent accomplishment, the Steinbeck Award, and he just got this last week. The Kite Runner is an incredible book that gives a fictional account of the relationship of 2 boys from 2 different races and classes, one being a servant to the other, and growing up in Afghanistan. However, the boys grew up being the best of friends, as Amir and Hassan's dads always set a really good example of love and respect for one another as human beings, despite the social divides. However, it was always clear that Hassan was Amir's servant. For example, Hassan often says to Amir, "For you 1,000 times," meaning he would do anything for his best friend. As the boys grow, the distinction of race becomes more apparent. Then a situation occurs and Amir's decision of handling it would change not only his life, but everyone's around him from that day forward. The book begins and ends in present day as he reflects on his life and the choices he's made. As his life folds out, he realizes the effects his choices had on others. Hosseini does a great job creating an element of suspense in the short passage from chapter 2, which summarizes the plot of the entire book. We took our first steps on the same lawn, in the same yard, and under the same roof we spoke our first words. Mine was Baba, his was Amir, my name. Looking back on it now, I think the foundation for what happened in the winter of 1975 and all that followed was already laid in those first words. You've got to read this book. As far as teaching it, I would recommend a mature audience. The Lexile Map puts this novel around a 7th grade level, but it deals with some pretty heavy topics that need to be taken seriously and could really hit home for some of these students. Since the book in itself is a reflective account and has a redemptive but not cheesy ending, there are some really cool reflective and biographical projects and life lessons students could take from studying The Kite Runner. Also, this book addresses factual periods in history of war and racism in Afghanistan, which could allow you to do some interdisciplinary studies dealing with other cultures, history, and social studies. Now, what does this story have to do with kites, you might ask? Kite running is a culturally significant sport that takes place in Kabul. It involves glass-coated strings cutting down the other kites in the battle to be the last kite flying. Then, all the runners set out to catch the kites that have been cut. Hassan, the kite runner, will track the kite to deliver the prize to Amir at any cost, for you 1,000 times.